So my name is Damon Lamont Hobdy. I'm a criminal defense attorney, been a criminal defense attorney for approximately 23 years, and I had the pleasure of representing Mr. Daniel Cacho, aka Loverboy, who's standing to my left. You know that he is out of custody, he's a free man. So I met Mr. Cacho, he hired me to represent him. Over a year and a half ago, represent him in a criminal case. He was facing life without the possibility of parole. Mr. Cacho denied that he did anything. In today's circumstances, in today's world, sex charges, kidnapping charges are at their all-time high. We have all these different movements. We have #MeToo movements, and we have all these different movements where individuals are alleging different crimes. Notwithstanding all that, he withstood all the scrutiny, all the beliefs that he actually, in the public eye, would be charged and be found guilty. And he said he didn't do it. He went to court. We had a preliminary hearing. At the preliminary hearing, he was bound over. He still denied that he did anything. We came to trial. A jury of 15 people, and more importantly, those of 12 people, acquitted Mr. Cacho. They said he was not guilty of any of the charges. After the trial, I read an article that said that Mr. Cacho's case was dismissed. That was incorrect. He was found not guilty. The jury said on all the charges that were charged against him, he was innocent of all those charges. And so that you know that this jury believed in Mr. Cacho and believed that the evidence did not show he was guilty, the jury came back in less than an hour and a half, which is a record. Now, Mr. Cacho can see his son, can hug his son who had missed his father, can hug his mother, and now he's here. He's out. And we're able to stand before you. Mr. Cacho is a free man. What a blessing and what a wonderful day this is.
The recently exonerated artist has wasted no time getting back to work in true champion form, and in a historic move for Punta Loverboy is already turning tragedy to an incredible triumph by penning a deal with the iconic Westlake Studios in Hollywood, California. Westlake Studios is legendary in the recording industry for producing and voicing numerous multi-platinum artists, most notably the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Daniel Cacho, the man we all came to know as Loverboy, who is one of Belize's most influential artists of the last decade, was born in Dangriga and migrated to the US as a teen. He returned home to Belize some years later after a brief stint on Def Jam Records, unleashing a string of hits, including the classic Tornado. With a new leash on life and a fresh burst of energy, the prolific songwriter hit the ground running, already recording his first post-release single, Funeral, a soulful Punta Rock record which speaks to the recent surge in violence and murder in the streets of Belize. Funeral is now available on all platforms.